2 weeks ago, Thor Bjornsson deadlifted 510 kilos and made it look easy. But what does the big man have planned for the future? So a lot of talk about what Thor was capable of, because, I mean, ourselves, we said like 525, 530 was possible. I've seen people talking about whether 550 is possible. Thor said it himself on the mic.
Yeah.
But you actually had a chance to talk to Thor, and he kind of went through a few of his future plans.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell us a little bit of what the big man does have planned?
Yeah, well, we would have talked about this much earlier had I not been so ill since that competition. But yeah, I just said to him, you know, you've successfully broken the record. It's now 510. Do you have any plans to take it further? And obviously he'd sort of come down from the moment. He wasn't talking 550 anymore. He said that realistically, he thinks he's got a year left of competing in him. He does have other things he wants to do with his life. His body felt wrecked in that moment. He wants to be able to spend more time with his family, etc. He said probably a year worth of competing left, and more emphasis on the fact that he wants to beat Mitchell Hooper a couple of times before he retires. Then he will retire happy. But he did say he wants to retire on top.
I love that. I think that's smart on his part. I love that he wants to beat Mitch.
Yeah.
And, you know, I guess since his comeback, he's not actually managed to do that.
No, he's beaten, as he pointed out, everyone, like either before his retirement or after. He has beaten everyone else.
Yeah.
Mitch is the only person.
So it sounds like the deadlift is on hold in terms of trying to better it. And I totally understand that. As an athlete, when you have reached that pinnacle, you don't have any opposition pushing you to do more. No. And right now he really doesn't. Yes, there's guys that are coming up, but, you know, we saw 5 years of, or more than 5 years of people trying to break that record.
No one's close to 5'10", realistically. Not in those...
No one's close to Thor, I think, is the...
Yeah,
the right thing to focus. There's a couple of guys maybe kind of knocking on the 500 door, but no one is close to Thor. No. So in terms of motivation from other athletes, it's probably really not there. I think what he wants to focus on is being a better all-round strongman now to almost solidify him as one of the greatest.
I mean, he's probably already done that, to be fair to him. Like, he's got to be in the conversation.
Yeah, I mean, personally, I'd love to see him do another World's Strongest Man. Maybe try to win a few more major shows, the Arnolds, you know, something like that. Mm-hmm. He obviously has Rogue coming up, which will be a big focus for him. What I was going to say is the only motivation I could see him trying to push the deadlift further would be financial. If someone came along and put something crazy out there, because I don't really see anyone putting much money into to see 5'11".
No, they won't. No, nor 5'15" or 5'20". I think it would have to be something insane like 5'50". And from Thor's perspective, I think you'd want like 500 grand for it, wouldn't you? Realistically,
it's almost appropriate for the number that you're talking about, right? And how hard you'd have to push to even get close to that kind of level. And you know, he's talked about he's 37 now. He wants to spend more time with the family. He wants to do more acting. He wants other goals in life. But he's still a very determined athlete. And I love that about him. But you do get to that point where you start thinking of these other things in life. Your body's not, you know, it's coming. He's still there. Let's be honest. He's still there. But how many more years can you kind of maintain that with all the new guys coming up and pushing?
True. But we've seen this from Thor before also. He got to this point, you know, before he retired and the draw was too much. He got pulled back in.
But that's what I'm saying is like, you can't stop now. He had that time out.
Yeah.
At 37, he couldn't take a year out, take 2 years to come back and be back at that level at 40. I just couldn't see it happening. So now is the time to kind of achieve everything he wants to achieve. The deadlift, he's put that to bed. I'd love to see him at World's Strongest Man. I'm sure a lot of you guys would. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. But we will see him at Rogue this year, and we'll see him at the Arnolds next year.
Yes.
So aside from Thor Bjornsson, what else is happening in the strongman world right now?
So we have the first ever Strongman Champions League USA coming up. When is it? It's taking place this weekend. It's in Ohio. We will put all of the details in the video description. But I was looking at the events and my goodness, especially event number 1. Let's go through the events because it looks like so much fun. It's weird. It's really weird.
So event number 1 essentially is a loading event, but they've got all sorts going on in this event.
This ain't no loading event. It's a medley of sorts.
It is a medley of sorts. So there's a truck push into a steel beam flip.
Yeah.
into a block smash,
yes,
bucket drag, and a wall crash. I'm totally kind of confused about what's going on. It sounds something that you would absolutely love to watch.
I would love to watch. Oh, do you know what? I'm really sad that Austin Andrade is not in it. Smash. It sounds like
kind of
his
Hulk
event.
smash.
Yeah, I just want to see someone go through a wall.
I don't even know what to expect with that event, but it sounds amazing.
It sounds really good.
Event number 2, we're bringing it back down to earth with a front hold.
What? Calm down. But weirdly, so it's a 2-day event. There's 2 events on day 1, 4 on day 2.
So the 4 events on day 2 are going to start off things with the keg toss. Then we have an arm over arm ferry pull.
Nice.
Another pull, this time with a gas tanker pull. So I'm guessing this is a more standard type truck pull.
It is, but they've got no rope in their hands.
No rope.
No rope.
Interesting. And they finish off with a deadlift for reps.
Yeah, like a really heavy frame deadlift for reps.
Yeah, it's going to be really interesting because Champions League, they're a tour throughout the year, and the athletes are building towards the finals.
Yeah.
This year, they've announced that there's $50,000 up for first prize. So lots more incentive this year for these athletes, and a lot of them that will be competing are looking to solidify their position in that competition.
Yeah.
So what will happen is a little bit like they did at World's Strongest Man this year, whoever ends up the highest ranked athlete throughout the year will start the competition as if they've got maximum points from event 1.
Yes.
And then
so on
go through the competition. And big news with I think it's 100,000 in total and 50,000 for the winner. So that is big, especially for a lot of these athletes that don't always get the opportunity to do the major shows. Yeah. Could be a huge chance to really set themselves up for next year. So great lineup.
Yes.
Starting off with a man who just won his first ever Champions League. Graham Hicks is heading to America.
Yeah, Graham Hicks.
The next athlete from Germany is Patrick Ebel. Then we got the ever-present Evans Nana, SCL staple Andre Invenesi from Italy. I believe the man that's leading the SCL this year, Kevin Hazelega, is coming. Peter Juhas from Hungary. Adam Roszkowski from Poland. South Africa's Terence Bosman. Another busy man this year, Tristan Hoth from Canada. We've got another Canadian in the lineup in Wes Dewinski. Then from America, we've got Nick Wortham, CJ Allen, Terence Gilbert, and finally, Brian Kitchton. So yeah, 2-day competition with all sorts going on throughout the day, including a scorpion eating competition. The athletes aren't in that, but that one sounds terrifying. And
why aren't we going? This sounds great. This sounds like such a good weekend.
I think it's going to be an amazing weekend. So Liz will put details of how to get there in the description below. If you're in the area, make sure you check it out. Finally, we have events for the World Tour Final.
It's so strange. It's like not that strange, but kind of strange. For a giant cyber, I think it's weird.
This is a strange one, I think, because, I mean, obviously we've got the log lift World Championships happening at this contest. Big interest in that for myself with Jack Osborne going for the British record there.
Yes.
He's not doing the full comp. He's focused just on the log lift.
He is the only guest log lifter there, isn't he?
Yes. But the full competition, we have the max log lift. Then we move on to the wheelbarrow loading events, basically loading into a wheelbarrow, pushing it along.
Yeah.
We've got a carry and drag, so I think it's a duck walk into a drag.
Yeah.
Wrecking ball hold is coming back, and then we are finishing off with the Atlas Stones.
So obviously no deadlift.
2 loading events and the wrecking ball hold in there. No deadlift, bit of a surprise for a lot of people.
I think these 5 events would work if you had a deadlift as a 6th event.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean? I think it's the taking out of the deadlift. Like, I'm not mad about not seeing a deadlift in a competition. I don't think you have to have a certain event every time.
No, you don't. Like, certainly don't. And I'm actually kind of happy to see a comp without a deadlift because, you know...
For Matej.
When we look at the lineup, there's a couple of athletes that'll be very happy not to see a deadlift in there. It's just an interesting change. And, you know, I think with the load and push, the carry and drag... wrecking ball hold in there.
The wrecking ball hold is about as divisive as a forward hold as well, isn't it? Let's face it. I think these sort of static grip tests are, you know, they're not always visually the most...
Well, it's a mentally tough event. That's what it is for sure. How much it tests grip is kind of up for debate, but definitely mentally tough. Almost when you're doing it, it's the hamstrings and lower back that feel it more than just the hands.
Although I would say visually it's much cooler looking than a forward hold because they're up, elevated. You can see them no matter where
I've said it before, and I understand why you can't do it. You don't want to damage the floor and stuff. But I think the wrecking ball hold as a drag would look pretty cool.
Yeah, they'd be bouncing all over the place.
Anyway, do you want to go through the lineup for this one?
So it's interesting because we've got a couple of names in here that have suffered small injuries recently, but as far as we know, they are still competing in this show. So we have Tom Stoltman, obviously from Scotland, coming over from America, Evan Singleton, Mateusz Kiliashkowski representing Poland, Luke Stoltman also representing Scotland. Alexei Novikov returned into Giants Live for the first time in a while.
I've seen him for a while.
No, he's representing Ukraine. Then we have Andrei Foitu representing Czech, another great log lifter there. Evans Nana from Ghana, representing, well, Ghana. First timer Tim Buck, who was third at last year's official Strongman Games, is getting his chance at Giants Live. Then we have another newbie in Canadian James Jaffa. It'll be interesting to see how he does in this show. I'm going to have to ask him how to say this. Ole Pieplak? Oh, I don't know. But I do know that this man was the winner of the Men's Open at the official Strongman Games European Championship. And rounding off this lineup, we have Andrew Flynn representing England and Maxime Boudreau back from Canada. So a couple of athletes there who I think are going to be very pleased not to see a deadlift.
Definitely. There's a few athletes will be very pleased not to see it. Don't forget, Jack Osborne is also doing the log lift only.
Yes.
So there you are, guys. That's your news for this week. Hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. Let us know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll catch you guys next time.